Okay, fine. Right, Andy. Let's start. Let's begin. Whether the situations are tough or we are tougher than the situations. So I am at a comfortable place. I am inside the school building. I came into the school building. I opened the gates. I entered into the library. Now I'm in the library and I'll start. The live stream also started. Everything is set. I'll continue this class. What happened? Okay. So just once confirm and let me have one more time clarity. Am I clearly audible and visible? Vijay Kumar sir, Santosh, Gayatri. Can you unmute and speak?
Yes, sir. Audible, sir.
Right, fine, fine. So we'll start the class. Okay. So let me go full screen. Right. Good evening once again. Those who are watching on YouTube live and those who are present in the Google Classroom. Once again, good evening. I am not tired. I am not disturbed. I am not broken. I am not shaken. I am ready to continue this class and we will finish this class. But at the outset, I would like to thank you all whoever are present in this class because without you, this class will become nothing. And you trusted me. I trusted you with so many disturbances, so many distractions, with so many problems. We started today, but let me repeat once again, again and again and again. These are not the setbacks, these are actually tests, initial tests, testing our ability, our patience, our courage, our perseverance, how tough we are on these situations. So let us begin the class. I'll take 1 hour minimum to complete this class. I did my hard work to prepare these slides, to prepare this class. So I want to share the information which I have earned, learned, and today I'm going to share with you. So I welcome you all. And the internet connection is stable here inside the school premises and it is time 8:50. So 7 o'clock we started the class, then we lost the internet connection. Again I started the class, again I lost the internet connection. So I would like to, at the outset, I would like to extend my sincere thanks to all of you, those who are still together, still with me. And I promise that I will never leave you, those who are with me in these tough times. So let us begin the class. Let me welcome you all to EMRS 2025 preparation and strategy for Tier 1 and Tier 2. Okay. So let us begin this class straight away. So we have EMRS PGT and TZT notification recently released by the EMRS Ekalavya Model Residential School, and this examination is in 2 tiers. Tier 1 we call it as a prelims examination or prelims, and Tier 2 is the mains examination. So today we are going to discuss, or I am going to share with you the strategy to clear Tier 1 examination and then Tier 2 examination. So now first let us understand few things. Eligibility. So those who are new to this EMRS examination recruitment process, let me explain you the eligibility of a candidate who wants to apply for PGT English or TGT English or for any other subject. आप कोई भी सब्जेक्ट आप ले लो PGT के लिए, अगर आप हिंदी पढ़ रहा है या आप केमिस्ट्री के लिए अप्लाई कर रहे हैं या बायोलॉजी के लिए अप्लाई कर रहे हैं, जो भी सब्जेक्ट है अगर आप पीजीटी के लिए अप्लाई कर रहे हैं तो एलिजिबिलिटी कंडीशन ये आपको जरूर मीट होना चाहिए. सो यू शुड मीट दिस एलिजिबल कंडीशंस. So first PGTs, normal 40 years of age you must be having minimum. Maximum age is 40 years. 40 years से ज़्यादा नहीं होना है, but there is an age relaxation for SC, ST, OBC and other categories. So maximum age relaxation is for 55 years for candidates those who are already working in EMRS. तो आप ये मान के चलो मैक्सिमम 40 ईयर्स है जनरल कैंडिडेट के लिए, और अगर आप SC, ST, OBC है तो आपको थोड़ा एक्स्ट्रा रिलैक्सेशन मिलेगा. यू विल गेट फ्यू मोर ईयर्स एक्स्ट्रा रिलैक्सेशन. Now, if you come to education qualification, so many people asked me regarding the education qualification, whether they are eligible for PGT English, whether they are eligible for TGT English, or different subjects and different categories. So इसमें आपको clearly लिखा है, आपने पढ़ा भी होगा already. Let me explain briefly the eligibility for PGT post, especially for PGT English. So here on screen you can see, for a postgraduate teacher with 50% of marks, 50% marks आपको MA English में अगर आ गया तो आप eligible है और आपको B.Ed complete होना चाहिए. इसके लिए C.TET जरूरी नहीं है. There is no requirement of C.TET for postgraduate teacher posts. So you need to have minimum 50% post graduation or master degree from a recognized institution with at least 50% marks in aggregate. Okay, and those who have completed integrated postgraduate course from NCTE recognized institutions, and if they have completed 4 years, or if they have completed the post graduation in NCTE recognized institution, they should also have 50%. Okay, so 50% is a minimum marks one should score in post graduation or in MA to get eligible to apply for postgraduate PGT post in any subject. And other than that, you should have completed B.Ed degree or 3 years integrated B.Ed or M.Ed from NCTE recognized institution with at least 50 marks. तो आपको ये समझ में आना चाहिए, जो PGT इंग्लिश के लिए अप्लाई कर रही है, PGT बायोलॉजी के लिए, PGT हिस्ट्री के लिए, PGT केमिस्ट्री के लिए आप जो अप्लाई कर रहा है, तो आपको पोस्ट ग्रेजुएशन में मिनिमम 50% मार्क्स आना चाहिए और B.Ed में आपको 50% मार्क्स आना चाहिए. ठीक है. So this is the criteria for postgraduate teacher for English, as we are discussing mostly majorly for focusing on PGT English. So in your masters, if you have scored 50% and above, and if you have completed already B.Ed and with 50% and above, then you are clearly eligible to apply for the postgraduate teacher English PGT English post in EMRS schools. Now let us go to the next one. Now in PGT examination, after eligibility, you should understand the examination is divided into two parts: Tier 1 examination and Tier 2 examination. There is no interview for PGTs and TGTs in EMRS. In KVS and in NVS, a candidate has to clear Tier 1 examination, Tier 2 examination and interview. So we did all we have passed through those stages. We cleared prelims, got selected for mains, then cleared mains, and then got selected for interview. We cleared interview, then only we got position or posting in KVS. KVS and NVS recruitment process is different. Ekalavya EMRS recruitment process is different. So in KVS and NVS, they have to go through this prelims or Tier 1 examination, Tier 2 examination, and even they have to give interview as of now. But they may change the recruitment rules, but as we are discussing EMRS recruitment for postgraduate teacher, I mean PGTs, and for TGTs, they have to clear Tier 1 examination and Tier 2 examination. There is no interview. So if you clear Tier 1 examination, you will get selected to Tier 2 examination to appear, and once you clear Tier 2 examination, the merit list will be prepared, and whoever comes in the top of the merit list, they will be selected as PGTs and TGTs. So let me repeat again, there is no interview for EMRS PGT post and TGT post. Now on screen you can see for PGTs Tier 1, it is called preliminary or qualifying examination in OMR, that means objective mode, and total 100 marks examination is going to be conducted. Now what is this preliminary and qualifying examination? As I checked, there are 118 posts are there for PGT English all over India in EMRS schools. Now for 118 posts, if they directly conduct mains examination, or if they conduct only one single examination, then what will happen? Let me guess, like around 1.5 lakhs to 2 lakhs aspirants will appear in that examination. And to conduct that examination for approximately 2 lakhs candidates all over India, as it is an all India level examination, and to conduct the examination, to evaluate their papers, it is a very tiresome task and procedure for government or EMRS. So that's why, to filter out the candidates, they are conducting the tier 1 examination. So in tier 1 is a preliminary or qualifying examination. So anybody who has the requisite qualification can apply for PGT post and they can appear in the tier 1 examination. And whoever clears the tier 1 examination with 1:10 ratio, not everybody will be called. Whoever has cleared, even if there are 110 posts in all the, with all these disturbances, I could recollect 110 or 118 posts all India level. So 118 posts means, if we take roughly 100 posts, so 1 into 10 post means, if we take 100, 10 means, if it is 10 posts, then it is 100 candidates will be called for tier 2 examination. If it is 100 posts, then 1000 candidates will be called for the tier 2 examination. So roughly 1180 candidates will be selected for the tier 2 examination. So you can understand, if there are 1 lakh candidates appear for PGT English examination all over India, from Kashmir to Kanyakumari, or even if you come above it from Ladakh, so Kashmir and Ladakh to Kanyakumari, and from Arunachal Pradesh to Gujarat, if you take the entire India, whoever has qualification, they will write the tier 1 examination. So out of 1.5 lakh, let us come down to 1 lakh candidates for English only all over India. So out of 1 lakh candidates, only 1180 candidates will be selected for the tier 2 examinations. So the cutoff will be very high, and top 1180 candidates out of 1 lakh candidates will be selected to the tier 2 examination. So the clearing tier 1 examination is so difficult than clearing tier 2 examination. So that's why I have been telling you that you should focus first on tier 1 examination. Whoever is watching this video online, अगर आप PGT हिस्ट्री के लिए, हिंदी के लिए, या बायोलॉजी के लिए, या आप जो भी सब्जेक्ट के लिए आप प्रिपेयर हो रहा है, आपको फर्स्ट स्ट्रैटेजी आपको क्या अप्लाई करना है? आपको पहले टायर 1 एग्जामिनेशन क्लियर करना है. आपको दिल जान सब कुछ लगा के टायर 1 के लिए प्रिपेयर कीजिए, क्योंकि टायर 1 एग्जाम अगर आपने क्लियर किया है, टायर 2 एग्जाम में कंपटीशन 1:10 ही होगा. लेकिन अभी जो टायर 1 एग्जाम चल रहा है, चलेगा, उसमें तो 1:1000 भी हो सकता है, उससे भी ज्यादा भी हो सकता है. So first strategy about clearing EMRS PGT or TGT examination is you must focus, जी जान लगा के आपको टायर 1 एग्जाम के लिए पढ़ना है. Again, am I audible? Am I audible? Again, I lost internet connection.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Audible, sir. Audible.
So many disturbances, so much of distractions, but let me focus on my class. With all my experience, I am using all my 22 years of experience in teaching not to get distracted by all these kind of situations and problems. Let me focus on my class, because I value my students. I sincerely prepared for this class, and I want to communicate with you all. I want to share with you all. Come what may happen, let me complete and let me continue this class. Okay. So आपको टायर 1 एग्जाम के लिए आपको प्रिपेयर होना है. टायर 1 एग्जाम के लिए आप प्रिपेयर होना चाहिए. तो आप ये कभी भी मत भूलना, टायर 2 एग्जाम के लिए आप सब्जेक्ट में आप एक्सपर्ट, यू आर ऑल एक्सपर्ट्स इन योर सब्जेक्ट्स. टेक इट, यू आर, इफ यू आर फ्रॉम इंग्लिश बैकग्राउंड, you have a masters in English. If you are from Hindi background, you have masters in Hindi. If you are a botany, biology, chemistry, physics, commerce, whichever branch you have mastery in that subject. But for tier 1 examination, everybody is equal. You are going to compete with your subject experts in tier 1 examination. So PGT English candidates, TGT English candidates are not going to compete with the Hindi PGT TGT candidates. Let us take an example. If you are preparing for PGT English examination, you are competing with the entire India only with the PGT English aspirants. You are not competing with the PGT Hindi aspirants. So the margin is slow. If you think in a positive manner, if you take everything in a positive, you are going to compete only with the PGT English candidates in the entire India. So there will not be more than 1 lakh PGT English candidates. So don't think, even if 10 lakh candidates are present, if there 10 lakh aspirants are there in English in for EMRS, you think about only your subject category. So out of those 1 lakh PGT English aspirants, you are competing in the tier 1 examination. So likewise for chemistry, botany, zoology, biology, and for all other subjects also, you are competing in the inner circle. Okay, so tier 1, focus on tier 1. The most important thing is you must clear first tier 1 examination. Now the second doubt comes is, for example, mathematics students are there. They applied for PGT mathematics, and you applied for PGT English. Are you going to compete with the mathematics students in the reasoning ability? No, it is not like that. If you are writing for PGT English, then there is a pool of PGT English candidates, and in that pool only the competition is there. So don't worry about mathematics background students or physics background students or any other background students. Okay, I hope you understood what I said. So tier 1 examination is very important to clear, because once you clear tier 1 examination, your competition comes to only 1:10 in tier 2 examinations. So now let us see what are the things we have to learn in tier 1 examination. अगर आप हिंदी मीडियम से है, अगर आपको हिंदी में समझ में आ रहा है, तो मैं हिंदी में भी बात करूंगा, इंग्लिश में भी बात करूंगा, तेलुगु में भी बात करूंगा, कन्नड़ा में भी बात करूंगा, तमिल में भी बात करूंगा, बंगाली भी थोड़ा थोड़ा मुझे आता है. So I'll try to communicate with the whole India so that you can understand the information. The first misconception I want to clear in through this online class or a video is, there is no interview for EMRS, PGT and TGT post. Tier 1 clear, tier 2 clear, and then you will be selected if you come top in the merit list. So now let us understand what are in the tier 1 examination. So tier 1 is for 100 marks. Okay, and you have to study part 1 general awareness. 10 questions will be there for 10 marks, and then part 2 is reasoning ability. 15 questions will be given and 15 marks, and then part 3 is knowledge of ICT. 15 questions will be given and 15 marks are allotted, and part 4 is a teaching aptitude. For 30 questions will be given and for 30 marks, and then domain knowledge. In that domain knowledge, experiential activity based pedagogy and case study based questions for 20 marks, and then NEP, National Educational Policy 2020, is for 10 marks. So together it is 30 marks. And then part 5, now this is also another misconception. So many EMRS aspirants called me and asked me regarding this. I clarified them, but let me clarify you to the entire India who is watching, and especially for the South Indians who wanted to give EMRS examination. You read the part 6 of this syllabus. You go through the information. I'll read each and every word, and I'll explain each and every sentence. Language competency test. It is called part 6 is called language competency test. General English and general Hindi, 10 marks each subject. That means you have to appear in tier 1 examination, and in tier 1 examination in part 6 you have to appear for part 6 English and Hindi. English for 10 marks and Hindi for 10 marks. That means 20 marks is the qualifying part. And then this is the most important information. Whoever is not comfortable with Hindi language, listen to me carefully and understand this point. Here it is given. This part is qualifying in nature only with minimum 40% marks together. टुगेदर मतलब जोड़ के आपको हिंदी में इंग्लिश में दोनों में मिला के 40% लाना है. Including Hindi and English together you have to score 40% marks. That means minimum 8 marks out of 20 marks combining English and Hindi. That means you have to appear in part 6. You have to take Hindi part as well as English part. But together out of 20 marks you have to score 8 marks. That means even if you score 1 mark in Hindi, and if you score 7 marks in English or 10 marks or 15 marks in English, you clear this part 6. That means you need not to score minimum 4 marks in Hindi and minimum 4 marks in English. It is not like that. Together you have to score 8 marks. So let me repeat, this part is qualifying in nature only with minimum 40% marks together. That is minimum 8 marks out of 20 marks combining English and Hindi. So whoever is other than the Hindi comfortable part of this India, understand that you need not to bother about Hindi too much. If you are capable, if you can speak, अगर आप हिंदी पढ़ सकते हैं, आप हिंदी लिख सकते हैं, आप हिंदी बात कर सकते हैं, तो बहुत अच्छा है. अगर आपको हिंदी पढ़ना लिखना नहीं आता है, थोड़ा बहुत सीख लीजिए before you start giving the examination, and if you score at least 1 or 2 marks in Hindi part, it will build your confidence. So together you need to score only 8 marks. So please try to understand this point. It is a very important point. The reason is, even if you don't know Hindi, even if you don't touch the Hindi part in examination, still you can clear Tier 1 examination part 6. Once you clear part 6, then what happens? Part 1 to 5 of the candidate will not be evaluated if he or she fails to attain qualifying marks in part 6. So there is no problem to score 8 marks out of 20 marks. You select English part, you complete writing English part, and you will get. And I read the entire document. If I am not wrong, at this stage, with all these distractions and disturbances, there are no negative mark for question. There is no negative marking in this examination. So you can easily clear part 6, and once you get the qualifying mark, those marks will not be added into the part 1, part 2, part 3, part 4 and part 5. So now you need to focus most importantly on the part 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. So this is, you can see here, the total is 100 marks. So out of this total marks, the maximum marks whoever scores, they will be selected to the Tier 2 examination. I hope I made the point very clear. And the test will be of 2 hours 30 minutes duration without any time limit for each part of the test individually. So I believe that I made this point very clear. 2 points, two misconceptions I cleared. One is there is no interview. Second one, in Hindi and English together you have to score 8 marks. Third misconception, if I am right with this all distractions I am speaking, there are no negative marking, or there is no negative marking in this examination. Okay, now this is the Tier 1. You need to concentrate on general awareness. You need to prepare for reasoning ability. You need to prepare for knowledge of ICT. You need to prepare for teaching aptitude. And then comes domain knowledge. In that domain knowledge, experiential activity based pedagogy and case study based questions, and NEP 2020 you have to prepare. So this is Tier 1 examination strategy. Focus on your part 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and don't worry about part 6. Let us go to the next slide. Okay. Yes, you are eligible, because they said it is very clearly, Santosh, that whoever scores 8 marks out of 20 marks, they are eligible to appear in the Tier 2 examination. But don't forget this point which is written here. Tier 2 only for candidates who will be shortlisted in the ratio of 1:10 against the notified vacancies on the basis of Tier 1 preliminary examination, subject knowledge examination. That means even if you score 8 marks also, you are eligible, because if you have cleared this 20 marks part, then what happens? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 part marks will be evaluated. If you don't clear, or if you don't get 8 marks, minimum 8 marks from this part 6, then your part 1, part 2, part 3, part 4, part 5 parts will not be evaluated. By default, those parts will not be evaluated in the OMR sheet. Okay, so out of those 100 marks are only important. If you score maximum marks in that 100, and if there are 118 posts are there, then how many candidates will be called for the Tier 2 examination? 1118 candidates will be called for Tier 2 examination, because only 1:10% ratio will 1:10 ratio will be called for the Tier 2 examinations. So I hope you understood my point. Now, what is the Tier 2 examination? Now, the preparation for, let me explain. Now, tier 1 examination, for example, the notification has been released. So minimum 45 days to 60 days time they'll give you for preparation. So let us assume 45 days. So 45 days you need to give equal importance to part 1, part 2, part 3, part 4 and part 5. And at least study for half an hour to 1 hour for English and Hindi. So the first focus is you need to prepare for part 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5 for the tier 1 examination. And in that also for PGT English candidates, if you focus on PGT English candidates, general awareness is not a very difficult. In general awareness you come, general knowledge will become coming, and then current affairs will be coming. Then reasoning ability 15 marks is tough for the non-mathematics students and for humanities students like you and me. Knowledge of ICT is also not very tough. Teaching aptitude is also not very difficult. Domain knowledge, experiential activity based pedagogy, you need to prepare thoroughly. So only one part which causes problems for the non-mathematics students like you and me is the reasoning ability. So once you clearing means top, you need to come top 10. That means there are 118 vacancies are there. So 1180 candidates, 1:10 ratio will be called for the tier 2 examination. So that is the most important. That means even if you clear tier 1 examination, but you should still fall into 1118. If you fall into that category, you will be called for the tier 2 examination. And in the tier 2 examination, again the competition will re-begin, because tier 1 examination marks will not be added into the tier 2 part. So tier 2 again you have to restart from zero. So tier 1 is just qualifying examination, but don't think that if you qualify you'll get into the tier 2. You need to fall into that range of marks like 1 rank to 1118 rank. In between you have to come, you should come, then only you'll get into the tier 2 examination. So this is the strategy for tier 1 examination. Once you clear tier 1 examination, then tier 2 begins. So I'll not discuss in depth about tier 2 examination strategy, because until you clear tier 1 examination, this part is not useful. So let us focus mostly, properly, fully, clearly on tier 1 examination. So once you clear tier 1 examination, then tier 2 begins. So tier 2 has objective and as well as descriptive part. So objective means like again MCQ questions will be there for 40 questions for 40 marks, and descriptive part is for 15 questions they'll give you and for 60 marks. So the test will be of 3 hours. So we'll discuss in detail once we clear the tier 1 examination. So our focus is majorly fully on tier 1 examination. Now for brief, लेट मी एक्सप्लेन टायर 2 में ऑब्जेक्टिव में क्या आएगा, डिस्क्रिप्टिव पार्ट में क्या आएगा. ऐसे मैंने आपको बताया ऑब्जेक्टिव पार्ट में 40 मार्क्स के लिए 40 क्वेश्चंस आएगा, डिस्क्रिप्टिव पार्ट में 15 क्वेश्चंस आएगा फॉर 60 मार्क्स. दैट मींस ईच राइट डिस्क्रिप्टिव आंसर कैरीज 4 मार्क्स. सो यू कैन स्कोर मैक्सिमम मार्क्स एट डिस्क्रिप्टिव पार्ट. So this is the what you call examination pattern for EMRS tier 1 and tier 2. We don't focus much on tier 2 because tier 2 examination can be discussed once you clear tier 1 examination. And now see the point here, preparation of merit list. Merit list for the post of PGT will be prepared on the basis of the performance in the tier 2 examination only. So only tier 2 examination performance will be taken or considered in preparing the merit list to select the candidates for the post of PGT English or PGT Hindi or PGT Biology or PGT Chemistry, PGT Commerce, whatever the subject. It is only tier 2 marks, not tier 1 marks. Remember, it is only tier 2 marks. Tier 1 marks are just qualifying marks. Those marks will not be considered for the final selection. Tier 2 marks. So out of 100 marks, if you score maximum marks and if you fall into the category of one rank in the range of 1 to 118 depending upon your what you call caste category, general, SC, ST, OBC, all reservations will be followed. That we'll discuss later on. But if you fall into that category, then you will get selected for the you'll be selected for the post of PGT English or for any other post. So again I repeat, with all this tiredness, distractions, disturbances, technical problems, all those things, let us focus first on tier 1. And I'll help you, I'll support you, I'll guide you, I'll be with you to clear the tier 1 examination if you trust me. Once you clear Tier 1 examination, then we'll begin for Tier 2 examination. So now let us move to the next part. Now the syllabus for Tier 1 examination is common for all PGTs. Whether you are appearing for PGT Hindi or PGT English, PGT Maths or PGT Physics, PGT Chemistry, PGT Biology, PGT Commerce, PGT any post. This is the common syllabus. So this syllabus is common for all the teachers for TGTs and PGTs. And it has general awareness, reasoning ability, knowledge of ICT, teaching aptitude, experiential activity-based pedagogy and case-based study, and then NEP and general English and general Hindi. So you go through this data, you go through the information which is presented on the screen, and this syllabus is common for every student who appeared for PGT or TGT examination in EMRS. And I have the full material and I have full videos for each and every topic. Okay, so let us move to the next part, which is important. PGT English syllabus. Now this PGT English syllabus is the old syllabus of KVS, NVS and EMRS took as it is, and EMRS is conducting the PGT English examination with this syllabus. This is the old syllabus followed by KVS, Kendriya Vidyalaya Sangatan and Navodaya Vidyalaya Sangatan for so many years. Even I too appeared in the examination in 2010 with the same syllabus. The books are available, the e-books are available, the hard copy came today only and we received the stock. So the PGT English syllabus is reading section, writing section, grammar and literature. For in reading section we have to study unseen passages, note making, and in creative writing we have to study all the class 11 and class 12 topics. Notice writing, invitation, formal, informal, letters, then article writing, report writing, and then speech writing. So whatever are part of class 11 and class 12 CBSE English textbook, all the topics are under this in the syllabus of PGT. And then grammar we have to study, and literature is Shakespeare works, romantic period, and then 19th and 20th century American and English literature, and the modern writing in English, and then modern writing in English from other parts of the world, Australia and South Asia. This entire material is ready with me. The books I published, the books are available on Amazon and Flipkart. So don't worry about the syllabus, but first concentrate on Tier 1 examination, clear the Tier 1 examination, and then I am with you to prepare you, to support you for Tier 2 examination. Now, for TGTs, the eligibility is graduation, bachelor's degree, BA, English, or even if you have done honors also, if you have scored 50% of marks, you are eligible, but you should have B.Ed with 50%. Along with B.Ed, along with your graduation, I mean like your BA English and then B.Ed, you must also have CTET qualified. CTET paper 2 you must have qualified. Then only you are eligible for the TGT post. So three things are required. One, in UG or undergraduation or in BA, you need to score 50% of marks. Then B.Ed, you should have scored 50% of marks, and you should have cleared CTET examination. And then there is a condition: if you have scored less than 50% of marks in graduation, and if you have scored 55% marks or 55% and above marks in post graduation, then you are eligible for the post of TGT. Here it is given: post graduation in concerned subject or any specialization in concerned subject with a minimum 55 marks or equivalent grade, provided that the candidate has studied the subject mentioned in the note below at the graduation level, and 3 years integrated B.Ed and NCT from recognized 50%. In graduation, if you have not scored 50%, but you have scored 55% plus above, in post graduation you have B.Ed and you have CTET paper 2 qualified, then you are eligible for TGT post also. So this is the condition for TGT. TGT, PGT syllabus 95% remains same. So I hope TGT syllabus, I mean TGT eligibility cleared. But there is one condition, there is one requirement, and there is one confusion in this. Let me show you that. For example, you have BA English or BA you have studied, and you have studied B.Ed and you cleared CTET and you have pursued your post graduation in English. 55% above. But in your graduation, if you have not studied English in all the 3 years, here you can see for TGT English, studied English as an elective or main subject in all the 3 years of graduation, means if you have studied English as a general subject in first year of your BA and second year, but if you have not studied English in third year, then you are not eligible for TGT post. You should have studied English as a main subject or an elective in all the 3 years of your graduation. Then only you are eligible for the TGT English post. So there are 4 conditions for TGT. First one, BA English with 50% marks, B.Ed with 50% marks, CTET paper 2. If you have not scored BA 50%, so you have completed your post graduation, and in your MA English you have scored 55% and above. In graduation you scored 50% less, but still less than 50%, but still you are eligible if you have cleared B.Ed with more than 50% and CTET paper 2. Okay, and the third condition or the final condition is you have completed your MA in English with 55%. So obviously for PGT, if you have completed B.Ed also, but if you want to apply even for TGT along with PGT, then this is the fourth condition. MA in English with 55% and above marks, B.Ed with 50% above marks, and CTET paper 2 and graduation also. But in the fourth condition, in your graduation, in your BA, if you had studied English as an elective or a major subject or a main subject for all the 3 years, then only you will be eligible for TGT English post. Otherwise you are not eligible for TGT English post, and you are only eligible for PGT English post. So I hope I made this point also clear. For other subjects like for TGT Science, TGT Mathematics, please go through the document and please read it out, because for Tier 1 examination all students are eligible, but if they have qualification, so please go through the data. I try to focus on all the subjects. I try to focus for PGT and TGT, but as it is too late, it is already 9:25, so I don't want to skip the most important part for PGT English and TGT English. Okay, so let us go to the next slide. So for TGT Social Science, the requisite qualification, eligibility conditions are given, and even you can apply for the regional languages also. Now now for TGT Tier 1 examination, so this one for TGT Computer Science is there. Let me tell you that for PGT CS, MS MCA or MSc in Computer Science is required. For TGT's Computer Science, TGT, Trained Graduate Teacher, so it is only for BCA candidates or even higher education also eligible. Please go through the document clearly. Now for TGT Tier 1 examination, everything remains same for PGT and TGT Tier 1 examination. They too have to, TGT students have to study general awareness for 10 marks, reasoning ability for 15 marks, knowledge of ICT for 15 marks, teaching aptitude for 30 marks, domain knowledge same, experiential activity based pedagogy and case based study exact questions for 20 marks, and NEP 2020 for 10 marks. And same qualification, part 6 is they have to score minimum here. The part is qualifying in nature only with a minimum 40% marks in aggregate, that is 12 out of 30 English, Hindi and regional language put together. So there is part 5, you need to study general English, general Hindi and regional language. So one regional language will be part of part 6 of TGT Tier 1 examination. So what are these regional languages here? Assamese, Bengali, Bodo, Dogri, English, Garo, Gujarati, Hindi, Kannada, Kashmiri, Kashi, Malayalam, Manipuri, Marathi, Mizo, Nepali, Odia, Santali, Telugu and Urdu. So whatever is your mother tongue, you select that particular language and you have to score together with the 3 parts: Hindi, English and your regional language. Let us assume you have opted Kannada or you have opted Telugu. So out of 30 marks you have to score 12 marks out of 30 marks in TGT part 6. So once you score that minimum marks in TGT part 6, then the remaining parts will be evaluated, and then out of those 100 marks, whoever has scored maximum marks, they will be selected for the tier 2 examination. So option of regional language is limited to scheduled languages. So it is, I suppose you understood, you out of these 20 regional languages, one language you have to select at the time of application when you are applying for this examination. TGT English or TGT Science or TGT Social Studies, TGT Computer Science or TGT biology, science, whichever subject, you need to take one regional language. So once you qualify in part 6, then automatically your question paper, your answer script, OMR answer script will be evaluated from part 1 to part 5. Then once you clear part tier 1 examination, then tier 2 examination begin. Again, see, for TGT English the syllabus remains 95% same. That means TGT English is taken from class 9 and 10 English textbooks. So here you can see they have 3 or 4 unseen text verifying length. That means unseen passages will be given, and then under writing ability, one shot writing tasks such as notice writing, message or postcard from class 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 NCERT textbook syllabus you have to study. Then writing a report of an event, process or place. Then article writing, debate writing, speech based visual and verbal, and what you call writing, letter writing. So these are the part of your writing ability. So the TGT English syllabus is focused on lower classes, 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th and 10th classes. Mostly you'll get questions from 9th and so reading section is there, reading comprehension section is there, and writing ability section is there. And then after that, the fourth part is grammar and usage. So under grammar you get tenses, modals, voice, subject, verb, concord, connectors, clauses, parts of speech, punctuation, sequencing to form a coherent sentence or a paragraph. And then literature, you see again the same literature portion which is part of PGT English syllabus is same, but the level of competency, the questions level will be lesser than the PGT examination. So what are the literature section? Section D, Shakespeare works, Romantic period, 19th and 20th century American and English literature, then modern Indian writing in English, and modern writings in English from different parts of the world. So the PGT English book which I had written and published is also useful for TGT English examination also. But let me repeat again. First clear tier 1 examination, then we'll focus on the tier 2 examination. So after PGT and TGT English syllabus eligibility discussion, now what is the scheme of the examination? Scheme of the examination is tier 1 of EMRS staff selection examination will be conducted in MCQ or OMR based examination, while tier 2 will be combination of descriptive questions and MCQ OMR based pen paper made. They will give questions in the question paper, and in your answer script, question number 1, if there are 4 questions are there, for example, I'm just giving an example. What do you call? Which is the shortest play of Shakespeare? The question is, which is the shortest play of Shakespeare? Then the 4 options: Macbeth, Tempest, Hamlet and King Lear. And now the question paper is here, and you have the answer booklet, and in that you will write the question number 1, and what is the right answer for the question which is the shortest play of Shakespeare? The shortest play is Tempest. Option B or C will be there. So you will write the question number 1 and then question number 1 and option B. If the option B is correct, you will write option B. So in that way you will write in the pen paper mode, OMR based pen paper mode. So once you get the question paper, if you have to bubble it, or if it should be written on paper, then you can write it. After tier 2, there will be interview for the post of principal and skill test for the post of junior secretary assistant. It is interviews only for principal and the junior JSA, not for PGTs and not for TGTs. Then next one, choice of medium of question paper and exam papers. Medium of examination will be bilingual. Tier 1 examination will be in only 2 languages, Hindi and English. Questions will be printed in English and as well as in Hindi. However, in the case of language competency test in regional language in part 6 will be conducted in regional language opted by the candidates. Further, for the post of TGT, so TGT examination, you will get your regional language also. Otherwise, the question paper of Tier 1 examination will be in only English and Hindi. In Tier 2, other than English candidates, the question paper will be in bilingual. But for English PGT English Tier 2 examination candidates, you will get the questions in English only. Don't expect Hindi questions also in Tier 2 examination for English candidates. So this is the scheme of the examination. Now, age criteria, maximum 40 years for general category candidates, and if you belong to fall into scheduled caste or scheduled tribe candidate, 5-year relaxation is there. For OBCL non-criminal area, 3 years relaxation is there. Candidates with 3 years continuous service in central government, provided the posts are same in, so 5 maximum 15 years for the persons with a disability, including a woman, those who are SC, ST and OBC general candidates. So maximum age is, for other than permanent employees working in EMRS as on 1/7/2025 is 55. So 40 years is the maximum age, and 5 years, 10 years, 13 years, 15 years relaxation is provided based upon your category. So you can go through this information. Then scheme of examination we completed, then age criteria we completed. Now coming to the last part of this class. So we from Dheerera Academy Bangalore, we are going to provide the coaching, online coaching in hybrid mode. Now what is this hybrid mode? It is the mixture of both online regular sessions or classes and as well as recorded sessions or recorded classes. So it is a mixture, and I mean like combination of both this classes, like live sessions will be there as well as recorded classes will be provided to you. So Tier 1 examination will focus from tomorrow onwards, today onwards. So Tier 1 examination or online classes Monday, every Monday will be there, and domain knowledge only, because ICT, reasoning ability, general awareness that we have to conduct, that I'll do that one, and remaining parts already recorded videos are available, and domain knowledge and general awareness and whatever is required, that we'll take these online live classes from 7 p.m. to 8 p.m. and whatever the circumstances, I'll conduct the class. Then Tier 2 classes, if you wish that you want to study Tier 1 by yourself, or you want to take coaching from other institutions, or you are well versed in Tier 1 part, then you can study by yourself, and you can attend only for Tier 2 classes. So even Tier 2 classes also we are going to begin from Wednesday, every Wednesday, descriptive part only, because objective part is already discussed, recorded videos are available, books are written. So only the descriptive part is new to this syllabus. So descriptive part only I'll discuss, and I will help you to write, compose a effective, efficient, marks fetching descriptive answer for 4 marks, so that you will fetch maximum marks in the descriptive. And this class will be scheduled on Wednesday, every Wednesday, and 7 p.m. to 8 p.m. And the medium of communication or medium of coaching will be in English, obviously, and Hindi, Telugu, Kannada and Tamil. Enakku Tamil theriyum, konjam theriyum. Okay, so this is about the Dheerera Academy. Now, if you are still interested, you can watch. Otherwise, you can leave this class. If you are still interested to continue watching, then you can continue watching on YouTube live or recorded video after the live session is over. And now this part is very simple. I may complete within 2 or 3 minutes. So for EMRS Tier 1, EMRS Tier 2, we are providing coaching in hybrid mode, like flipped classroom we call it as. So here this coaching classes are already established in Google Classroom. Whoever likes to join the Google Classroom, please contact Mrs. Aisha and Mrs. Durgarani. I'll leave that contact information in the descriptive box below after this live session is over. For both the session, for both the Tier 1 examination and Tier 2 examination, we are providing the coaching. Then after that, if you wonder where do you get these live sessions, where can you watch these online classes, or how can you join online classes? So you can join online classes like Naveen, Gayatri, Narendranath, Santosh, and so many joined. In the first meeting when I started at 7 p.m. there were huge crowd, almost like 15 or 20 were watching in the Google Classroom, more than that if I could remember. So if you want to really join into the classroom, and if you want really to take personal coaching and to attend live sessions in Google Meet, and if you want to access to the materials, access to the videos already recorded and uploaded and kept unlisted, then you have to join in the Google Classroom. And we'll conduct these online live sessions on Monday and Wednesday in the beginning. But once the examination dates are released for Tier 1, I'll take the classes for 5 days in a week. So we'll conduct these online sessions on Google Meet, and then I will try my level best to live telecast these classes on YouTube Live. Okay, so there are 3 different platforms are available for you. One, if you want to join the class and if you want to take a personal coaching and guidance, then you have to enroll into our Google Classroom by paying a certain fee, and you can attend Google Meet live classes and you can discuss your questions and doubts on spot. Or if you are not interested and you are just want to just attend these classes and to learn and to prepare by yourself, then you can watch YouTube Live. There is no condition that you have to join. I will telecast, I will broadcast, I will go on YouTube Live every Monday and every Wednesday. So there is no compulsion for you to enroll into the course. Whoever you are, from wherever you are, whether you are a South Indian, whether you are a North Indian, whether you are a Northeast Indian, or you are whether a Northwest Indian, either you are from Kashmir, or you are from Kanyakumari, or you are from Arunachal Pradesh, or you are from Gujarat, it doesn't matter. You are an Indian, and I work in the central government school, so I have lost such kind of prejudice long back. I consider myself as a global human being now. So these are the platforms available. If you want to join, you can join. Otherwise, every Monday, every Wednesday, you can join the live session on YouTube. So whoever is interested or whoever are interested to take personal coaching, so on the screen you can see, for more details you can contact Mrs. Aisha Mola. She is the course coordinator for EMRS All India coordinator. And even if you want to contact Mrs. Durga Rani, managing director of the Irara Charity Foundation, you can contact directly. So we are the charity foundation. From our charity foundation side, we are providing this coaching for the minimal fee, and whatever the amount we receive through fees, that will be used for the charity work. So I hope we have come to the end of this session, and at last I would like to thank all the participants in the online meeting, as well as whoever are watching on the Google Classroom. I would like to repeat once again, I would like to reframe my sentences again. These are not the setbacks, these are not the problems, these are not the difficulties, these are actually tests. Initially we have to pass, we have to go through, we have to clear, so that we can understand how tough we are, how strong we are. And it is a test for our perseverance, it is a test for our confidence, it is a test for our strength. So with all the difficulties, with all the technical glitches, with all the technical problems, you all stayed with me. I'll stay with you till you get the job in the EMRS, PGT and TGT or any other subject. So again, thanks for joining online today. Unlock your full potential in the digital education era with EMRS online coaching with Swamy Vijay. If you like, if you don't like, whether you subscribe or don't subscribe, doesn't matter. I wish all the best to all of you whoever are watching this video, and I believe that you will clear this examination, and one day we all meet together, sit together as PGT English, TGT English, as PGTs and TGTs in EMRS. So thank you all. It is 9:42. I have to go back to my staff quarters in the cold weather, and whatever is left, whatever is I forget in this tough conditions, in this what do you call distracting disturbances, I'll communicate in the comment section. I'll provide all the contact details, those who are interested to join. So once again, thank you all for joining. Thank you all for being with me, and I'll be with you forever. Thanks for watching. You may leave now.
Thank you, sir.
Good night, sir. Thank you very much. Good night.
Good night, sir.